Hi, my name's Alonzo Espinoza, and for my final art piece, I did not do a poster. Instead, I chose to do a visual representation of myself. What I decided to do was have a collection of meaningful items that I've had that show where I've been, where I am now, and where I'm going. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. So the first piece is the center piece, and that piece is the panda bear, the stuffed panda bear. The reason that this is a significant piece to me is because it's a gift actually from my girlfriend. She gave this to me about 3 years ago, and we've been dating for 5 years, and so it's just something nice to kind of see where we've been. Her favorite animal is a panda bear, and we have an inside joke where I like to call her a panda bear. So this helps pertain to one of these 7 dimensions of health because it's my emotional aspect. She's someone who makes me happy, and I'm happy that I make her happy as well. She makes me laugh. We do everything together, and she is the key to my emotional happiness. Again, we've been dating for 5 years, so I don't know what my life would be like without her. And I'm just looking forward to where we're gonna be, another 5 years from now. So the second piece that we have is the necklace actually around the stuffed panda bear. That necklace was actually my grandmother's necklace, who recently passed away about 3 weeks ago, and she wanted me to have it. She wore that necklace every day, and now I make sure that I wear it every day. And the reason that I do that is because of it makes me feel better. And it actually pertains to one of the 7 dimensions of health, which is the spiritual aspect of it. I was really close with my grandma, and wearing that necklace, I don't necessarily believe in an afterlife that she would or she did, but wearing that necklace, if there is an afterlife, it does make me feel connected to her, and it reminds me that, she of the love that my grandma had, and that the love that I've had for her. And it also helps me feel protected. It makes me feel like my grandma's with me wherever I go, and that's irreplaceable. You can't have something that meaningful. And again, my grandma just passed away about 3 weeks ago, so yeah, the wound is still pretty fresh inside, and so yeah, wearing that necklace every day, it helps. It makes me feel better, and there's healing power. I mean, this class surely has taught me that there's healing power in, belief, and that necklace, it helps me believe. So, which brings me to the third piece of the little collection, which is the stethoscope. And the stethoscope not only applies to one dimensions of the 7 dimensions of health, but it applies to 2 dimensions. It applies to my occupational and intellectual dimension. Right now I work as a CNA, and I actually really love what I do. Many people just see it as me taking care of old people, but what I see it as is making a difference in someone's life. If you can help someone feel better just a little bit once a day, then it makes their day that much easier. And that's the whole aspect of the healthcare field. I'm in school to be a nurse. That's the ultimate goal, is to be a nurse. And so this applies to the intellectual dimension of health, because I know what I want to do. I know where I want to end up in the future. I want to be a nurse, and I want to be able to help make a difference in someone's life, to say that I helped heal someone, I helped save at least one person, knowing that I helped make a difference. It, to me, that's a meaningful life, and that's something. Giving back and or helping people is something that even now as a CNA you can't describe. When someone says, one of the patients or people that I take care of, and they have memory issues, and yet they remember who you are and they thank you for what you do, it's an irreplaceable feeling. And so that's why the medical aspect, I know where I want to be, and I know it's where I want to end up. And so that's why the stethoscope is also part of this piece. The the fourth piece is the running shoes. And the running shoes applies to one of the 7 dimensions of health, because it's the physical aspect of the 7 dimensions. I really like to go on runs. I ran cross country and track pretty much all throughout high school, and because of the team that I was actually on, I had the ability to travel all across Colorado and run some of the most beautiful trails that I've seen, especially in Cortez, Colorado. My cross-country coach was a veterinary at he owned the vet clinic Planned Parenthood Plus, and he's actually the cross-country coach still at North High School. And so because of him, we had the opportunity to travel with him whenever he would do work outside of the city. And so I got to actually travel and run and see some of the most scenic trails that I think, and I wouldn't trade some of those memories either for the world. When you're running up a mountain when it's sunrise and you see the sun peeking over mountains, it's a feeling, again, you can't explain. And I wouldn't have been able to have those experiences unless it was for running, which is why, again, those running shoes. Running had just been such a big part of my life. And it also applies to the environmental aspect of these 7 dimensions of health. I love the city. I grew up downtown Denver, right off of 34th and Lawrence, and I would run all throughout the city because I love it. I'm a city kid for sure, and it's also helped me, feel better about myself, contributing to making the environment cleaner, because I don't necessarily drive all the time. I may choose to walk some places sometimes to go have lunch, or if I need to go to a gas station or to get soda, I may walk to go and get it. And so, again, those running shoes, having a good pair of shoes, they're, I guess, for that walking, it's great. But the last piece of the collage is the football. From the Super Bowl 50, when we played the Broncos, played the Panthers, and we actually won. And this pertains to the social aspect of the 7 dimensions of health. The reason that, or I grew up in a big family, and all of my family members would take turns hosting the Bronco game each Sunday, and because of that, I got to see my cousins all the time, every weekend for hours, and I got to see my aunts and my uncles, and got to have meals and spend family time. And again, you can't replace those. Those are some of the best memories that I have in my life, and I wouldn't be able to have done that if it wasn't for having a sports team to cheer for. And again, Colorado or Denver is a big football city. There's a collective identity of Broncos fans, and this is Bronco Nation, and being a part of that, it's a feeling of community and social friendliness that you could walk down the street and or you anyone says anything negative about John Elway, that's a big no, or that's a big no in Denver. So again, yeah, feeling like you're part of a community, that's part of the social aspect of the 7 dimensions of health. So yeah, again, overall, I chose not to do a poster because I'm not a very good artist. And again, these are just some of the most significant and meaningful items that I have, and they show where I've been, where I'm at, and currently where I'm going and where I wanted to head. So yeah, thank you, and thank you for the course.